What's up, yo? It's Sammy709 with another video. I'm gonna do my 2025 to 2026 NFL predictions for the AFC side of things. NFC will be coming up later. So, with the big disclaimer, I'm dead confident in my predictions. I thought this through, and I didn't just did random guesses. I'm super confident in these predictions. Without further ado, let's begin. Number 1 seed is the Baltimore Ravens. They got better this offseason on an already elite squad with adding DeAndre Hopkins, who's a great wide receiver at this point of his career. They got Jair Alexander, who's a borderline top 5 corner when healthy. They replaced Justin Tucker with another kicker at the draft, and Justin Tucker, despite his legendary career, lost many games this season when they were already 12-5, so any kicker would have been better than Justin Tucker at this point. They are extremely stacked roster top to bottom, and they are top 5, arguably top 5 in every position in their roster. This team's got no excuses. Number 2 seed, I got the Buffalo Bills. Again, by far the best team in the AFC East. Having that transition period last year allowed them to improve their roster this offseason to an already elite team. This team is deep but not talented like the Ravens. Number 3 seed, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. They're expected to regress because no one has back-to-back 15-plus win seasons because it is way too tough to replicate. The amount of one-score games is expected to drop, which is why I have them as down as number 3. With that, you would think I would have the Broncos or Chargers winning the division here, especially when they improved. But the offense will be fully healthy, which they were never fully healthy last year, and they filled in that major need for left tackle by drafting Josh Simmons, who was a steal that late in the first round. They kept most of their defense intact and did good in their draft to replace whoever they lost in free agency. With that, they're still the Chiefs and hard to bet on. Number 4 seed, I got the Houston Texans. They're by far the most talented team in the division. CJ Stroud's the best quarterback in the division. Him and Coach DeMeco Ryans, are one of the best quarterback head coaching duos in the league. Offense will be fully healthy unlike last year. They have an elite top 5 defense, which is pretty underrated, and they're an O-line away from being an elite contender in the AFC. So for the non-division winners, number 5 seed, I got the Denver Broncos. Phenomenal offseason, adding Dre Greenlaw and Hufanga to an already elite defense. They added another pass catcher, Evan Ingram, who's a borderline top 10 tight end at his best. They addressed the running back position with J.K. Dobbins in free agency and R.J. Harvey through the draft. They did a good job filling their needs this offseason, and Bo Nix and the Broncos should take another leap this season. Number 6 seed, I got the LA Chargers. They may not have improved like the Broncos, but they've upgraded the running back room, which was a strength for them last year, with Najee Harris in free agency and Omarion Hampton from the draft. They upgraded the tight end position and Tyler Conklin, which they were lacking. They had a steal in the draft in the second round by drafting Trey Harris. And their defense will still be intact with Jesse Minter as their defensive coordinator. For the number 7th seed, I got my Pittsburgh Steelers as the number 7th seed. They signed Aaron Rodgers, who many think are better than Russell Wilson. They traded for DK Metcalf, who is better than George Pickens. They still have a solid RB room with Warren and Caleb Johnson, despite losing Najee Harris. They added another good pass catcher in Jonnu Smith. Still an elite defense despite the Ramsey-Minka trade. Plus, Deshaun Elliott had a really good career year. And people may not realize, but he had as good of a statistic as Minka Fitzpatrick, who was the number 1 safety that team tried to throw away from. Mike Tomlin's also good with the safety position. They made too many transitions with their roster, and even though they added guys to go all in, they kind of lost guys also in their old team. That's why I have them pretty low compared to other playoff teams. For the non-playoff teams, Anthony Richardson is nodded as quarterback. The Jets, Titans, Patriots are still accelerating in their rebuild. The Raiders and Patriots improved this offseason, but they still got ways to go. They still got flaws in the roster, so they're at least a year away. The Browns got a messy quarterback situation. Other than the Bengals core forward Burrow, Chase, Higgins, and Hendrickson, their roster is atrocious. The Dolphins got worse, and this offseason they kind of got their roster even more worse, and they were not even an elite team to begin with. The Jaguars improved, but they need to have a big improvement to make the playoffs when they're already down to that 4-13 record. And plus, even if Trevor Lawrence was healthy, it was not like they're going to compete for the playoffs anyways, which is why I don't think they'll make the playoffs, because other teams improved more than the Jags that I think will make the playoffs. So that's why I don't think the Jaguars will make the playoffs. If you made this far into the video, I appreciate the time of your day clicking on this video. Peace out, everyone.